Hello and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. This is episode 23 of my playthrough. I'm still doing the Peril on Gorgon expansion, DLC. So last episode we had made our way to two different areas to find two different people that had worked on Project Gorgon previously that will allow us to send the override authorization signal. So there was Marion Blakesley over at one of the auxiliary docking bays at the Groundbreaker, and also a fellow called Jasper Lowe in a orbital station around the gas giant Olympus. So we were able to get the information from both of them. So now we have to head back to Gorgon and find the entrance to both the chem lab and also the HIA facility. So we're probably going to do the HIA facility, I think. I don't know which one is closer actually, so we'll see when we get back to Gorgon. So let's...
I am a dirty, autonomous digital astrogator, San. I haven't cleaned my internals in ages. Can you hardly process the sheer quantity of dust built up in there? Tell me you've seen worse. We'll continue this later.
Anyways, yeah, and also we got boarded by some pirates. So last episode, that was pretty cool. I never experienced that because on my previous playthroughs, I'd just chosen the option to have Ada, you know, get rid of them temporarily, but they never really attacked me again. So it's like, yeah, that was new to me. All right, so let's fly back to Gorgon. I'm going to land at the Gorgon landing pad actually.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
How many bits do I have now? 35,000 or so? I just noticed that I have a ton of weapons, so let me just go and store them here before I leave. Plasma rifle 3.0, stun baton hyper, I can actually break that down. This one as well. This one we can store. Break down. Picked up a shovel for some reason. No, a spade. Even better. And this one is like a unique one. Employee benefits. Oh, it's a science weapon. This experimental device was created to keep employees on their feet regardless of how much pain or exhaustion they may be experiencing. As all good workers know, unconsciousness is just another word for wage theft. And look at that sell price. That's pretty amazing. Actually, you know what? Let's assign that one to... Oh my, no. It's not really... just 134 DPS. Oops. Picked up something that I didn't mean to. Yeah, let's just store it. It's not that strong. Like all other science weapons, unfortunately. I'm going to store a bunch of armor too, so I have to make sure that I keep both the Iconoclast helmet. I have Iconoclast Armor as my main armor right now. And also Marauder helmet and armor. So we have that to keep. We can store this that we picked up from the, I guess from the pirates that took over the ship. Electrician's gear just has Nightingale step on it. Defense skills +5, but eh. Oh, these are the ones that I found on the pirate ships, I think. Yeah. This is Iconoclast Armor, but I already have one. This is just standard troop armor gold and a charged defensive helmet. So basically I have the Marauder set completed for that quest in Byzantium. I have the Iconoclast set and I just need the Spacers set. I have this. I just need the helmet now. Because I don't know if the eye patch is considered as being Spacer's gear. I'd have to try it out, but anyways, we can go through that once we've gone back to Groundbreaker. I know there's a vendor there that probably sells that kind of gear. I think this is new from the... Yeah, formerly the property of Frey, posthumously put to better use in your quarters. So that's the mission we did, that we flew to a relay station where there was this guy that thought he was insane because he was hearing voices in his head, and he thought by deactivating the relay that the voices would stop, but they continued. So even after he deactivated the relay. So, and then he, I think he committed suicide. So that's pretty sad. Anyways, right. So let's head out to Gorgon. I'm going to bring Nyoka and Parvati. I like these two. Well, I like all the companions, really. I think the one that I like the least, though, is Ellie. It's just because she's so cynical all the time and negative, and yeah.
Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
Mm-hmm. Indeed they do. And look at that thing. I never noticed that there's like a structure on that small bit of asteroid. Alright, so let's look at the map here. So this one is for the HIA. If I look on the map, it is right over this bridge. So we can go and get the elevator from here and then cross this way and get here. So that one seems close. And the other one is... Oh, wow. Yeah. So for sure we're going to go do the HIA. So Human Inquiry and Auditing. So that's the one that Blakesley gave us access to with the access key. Alright.
The Gorgon facility is currently experiencing an emergency evacuation. Please be reminded that all Spacer's Choice facilities fall within acceptable margins of safety. If you would like to board a vessel, please have your emergency departure papers ready.
There's an elevator here also, but it's like blocked off by this door, so I'm thinking I'm going to be able to come back at some point and unlock it. Probably, yeah, by going this way. So unfortunately we'll have to go get the elevator that's over here instead. So cross under the bridge and all that. Oh. There's new marauders. They weren't marauders here before. As I change my guns. Hit me with something that has end rays. Reload. Come on. I want to do the special attacks. guess he was too far.
Covering you! I'll fix you right up!
Yeah, these guys are sturdy like hell. Alright, let's repair my rifle. Corrosive weakness, yeah, no. Yeah, the flaws, no. I've made my opinion known in previous episodes of this playthrough. I mean, it's a cool feature, I guess, for some people, but not for me. The penalties that you get most often outweigh the benefits that you get from getting an additional perk, because to be honest, there's a lot of perks that are available that are not that good. So I think the other corpses so let's use this elevator. I think that's the one, right? Am I at the right one? Yes. Let's scrap this one. Alright, so yeah, this is a little place that I've previously explored. Unfortunately, the marauders have come back.
Here they go! Warm up.
Look at us!
Go. Good score, Cap!
Here I go! It's nothing personal, I swear.
Alright, where is this place again? So I have to cross the bridge. Okay, so I have to go back. Looks like the stuff, either I missed it the first time or it's respawned. Whichever is fine. If I want to go to the bridge, I have to go this way. Climb down this thing. I think there's some more enemies.
Here we go! Here goes nothing!
I think I shot Parvati. Damn it.
see Monarch ain't the only pet project the board's willing to abandon.
Whatever happened here must have been real bad. If Spacer's Choice just up and abandoned it.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
So, what's the plan? Alright, so I'm back. Oh, little, a quaint little encampment here that I guess the Marauders made. So this is the HIAC facility, Human Inquiry and Auditing, and there are Marauders guarding it. Cool. I'm going to start picking the stuff up instead of breaking it down, mainly because I want to have more bits. So yeah, especially since I have now super pack of mules, or whatever that perk is called, where it, I now have 370 total carrying capacity when I have companions with me. So yeah, if I end up having to free up some space, then I will definitely break them down. Everyone's hiding behind those crates. He's gonna die pretty quickly.
I am a storm!
I think this is where I'll be able to, yeah, unlock that elevator. If I can get inside. Maybe not. I wonder, how can I unlock this? Maybe it's just after I complete the building here. This is... No, I just need to have it raise up. Okay, good. That's great then. I'll be able to use this the next time. It'll be quicker. Alright. Time to head inside of this building. And I believe there is a phonograph in here for this side quest called the Electric Fling. Inside of here, so it says that Roscoe hid a phonograph behind a pipe in Observation Room B in HIA. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. So we'll be able to unlock this door using the HIA passkey that Blakesley gave us. Ah, big, nice Spacers logo at the entrance. Spacers Choice logo, sorry. Great. Oh. I'm curious, how many armor parts and weapon parts do I have now? 1,260 weapon parts and 764 armor parts. So yeah, it seems like there's more weapons parts compared to armor parts in the game. I use this vending machine to, among other things, sell my junk. And let's go and sell these weapons. And this armor is worth not much. I already have one of those. Restored, actually that's better than the remodeled. And this one's also better. There we go.
Show your boss that you are prime, because you take a dream
constantly picking stuff up that I need to sell. It's like a little bit nuts. Alright, what layout does this place look like? Okay, 5 floors, so that's going to be interesting. So first floor is pretty straightforward. Let's climb up to the second floor.
Oof. When the woman from Monarch is plugging her nose, you know you've made some poor life choices.
Yeah.
Oh, law. It reeks like death warmed over. I'm gonna hurl. Not a peep from me.
Welcome to Human Inquiry Auditing, the Spacer's Choice Facility. My name is Dr. Marion Blakeslee, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this important opportunity. Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater. Together, we will unlock the path to discoveries that profit all of us.
Our brightest minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly, Captain. Some of them still live here, and they hate to be disturbed.
I reckon we've seen the worst of Halcyon already. How bad could this be?
Oh, please. Unless there are mana queens stalking the halls here, I think we'll be fine.
He's pretty sturdy.
Here we go! Down they go! All right!
Savage test subject. Come on. An axe. That almost looked like the key card, but no, it's a chocolate bar. Oh, there's a terminal here. Let's check it out. Volunteer induction, main menu. Please select from the following options. Incoming messages. Okay, so there's a bunch. From Blakesley M, subject safety protocols. To all personnel, in order to minimize damage to company property and/or personnel, please observe the following guidelines during the volunteer induction process. 1. Do not touch and/or handle test subjects. Please defer to security personnel. 2. Avoid inflammatory phrases or terms such as untested chemicals. Consider patented Spacer's Choice formula. Test subject. Consider valued volunteer. Cells. Consider living quarters. 3. Remind subjects that compliance is one of the requirements of their contract with Spacer's Choice. 4. Do not interrupt official Spacer's Choice communications and/or marketing while directing volunteers. Architect's balls. Is that all of the guidelines? Look, these people are coming here from Tartarus. Don't let your guard down, don't get friendly, and don't get close. If everyone does their job right, these volunteers will leave this facility as free and upstanding citizens. Nope. Upcoming changes. In light of certain recent developments, our friends at OCI have generously provided us with advice and guidelines intended to ensure the best possible outcomes for our research here at Human Inquiry and Auditing. To that end, we will be establishing new testing parameters and volunteer preparation guidelines, effective immediately. These guidelines will be provided to you at your stations. I really would like to congratulate you all on what you've achieved so far. Keep your heads down and your minds focused on the work, and the rest will come easy. If you have any concerns, kindly forward them to my assistant, Benjamin Morley. And from Benjamin Morley to Sonoda C. Question. That's probably what we're going to see in the outgoing messages, but every volunteer means just that, Mrs. Sonoda. We're entering a vital phase of the testing process, and that means every volunteer participates in the trials. It's all the more critical that we maintain careful records of the dosages involved, of course. We're counting on you for that. So let's go to the outgoing messages. To J. Weaver, subject help. Weaver, have you seen my office keycard? If this is one of your little tests, it's not funny. Security is already at full burn. They're going to lose their bolts when they catch me taking the long way around the faculty areas. Please tell me it's sitting on your desk or something. Okay. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that keycard if we can find it. Alright, so we came through these stairs, so... Did we? I don't remember where I came in from. This door is barred. Yeah, we came in through here, for sure. Okay, yeah. So... The only place I can go is up, right? Wait. Yeah, this door is barred, so I can't get to it. Wait, let me just go check to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. So this door leads to the thing, and this door is barred. Okay, perfect. Volunteer quarters. Terminal I can't interact with. Gate I cannot open. Some light ammo and some consumables. Excuse me.
Show your boss that you are prime because you take a dream.
I thought these folks were supposed to be volunteers. Why do they got them bunking like prisoners?
Near the drugs, too. Keep them nice and cooperative.
Yep. These bunks do not look so comfortable to me. This fridge is partially open, but empty. As far as I can tell, anyway. Yep.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work at a real office someday. Remember, compliance with all instructions from facility personnel is stipulated in your contracts.
with us.
Down they go! You got it, Captain!
Whoa, Nyoka's almost dead.
We made it!
She's dead. Well, down. Can you imagine doing this on Supernova mode? Where when companions get down, they die? Well, to be honest, there is a perk later, well, currently, that you can, when you're far enough in the game, or I guess have enough experience for it, where when your companions are down, they get back up, so it's, you like get a second chance. But there's a cooldown on it, so I think it's 15 minutes. So if inside of the same battle they get downed twice, then the second time they die permanently. So yeah, Supernova mode is not messing around. I've done it on that difficulty before, and it is not easy, to say the least. You really have to know this game a lot before you start heading into that type of difficulty. It is really fun though, and challenging. I think my first Supernova playthrough, what I did is I basically sided with the board, because siding with the board immediately at the start of the game is like a very quick way of getting a ton, and I mean a ton, of experience, and then, you know, gaining access to Byzantium, among other things, right from the get-go and stuff like that. So yeah, for sure, it's yeah, this is some kind of labyrinth. Wow. I don't even know. Okay, so I got into here. We went around and looked at these places and all that.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine.
Mag picks galore.
You may just find yourselves doing similar work at a real office someday. Remember, compliance with all instructions from facility personnel is stipulated in your contracts.
That door is locked by 150 lockpick skill, so they really don't want you to go there unless you have the key or something. Although the door doesn't even say that you can have a key to unlock it, so maybe it's through the terminal. Where does this go? This goes to, oh, probably a shortcut of some kind. And this thing here, enter testing supervisor's passcode. Oh yeah, she gave that to us. Yeah, cool.
Inside voices.
And only because we spoke to her and persuaded her into giving us that additional assistance. So that's
wow,
pretty neat.
You could spy on just about everyone from here. Mr. Thompson would have been over the moon.
Now, is this observation room B? Because if it is, it means there's a phonograph tucked away somewhere from Roscoe. Let's fully check that out. It was behind, I think, piping or something like that. I can barely hear that, but
actually. There's no interactable terminal here. So test chamber 1. I think I'm free to check out this room.
How many subjects have to die before you decide to build a dedicated autopsy room?
I know, right? Not sure these suits are worth really the weight, but yeah, they're better than nothing, I guess. So I have to keep my eye out for pipes, because phonograph is supposedly hidden in pipes, right? That's what it says. Behind a pipe in observation room B. This is just going to lead me back down to where I was, though. Just go have a look. Does not appear to be enemies here.
I want to see no more. I can't take this.
But why? Why? Who does this? What kind of monsters ran this place?
So they were putting people inside of this machine, or I don't know. Alright, so that's the barred door. Okay. Let's check out this terminal. I don't want to play anymore. Let's just do our jobs, okay? Alright, my 10 bits are on 52F. I know what you're thinking. He's so skinny. That's got to be bad odds. But I'm a gambling man, Victoria, and I've got an eye for this now. What do you think? No, I'm not talking about the subjects, Vicky. I'm talking about the numbers. I'm keeping track of how many bodies we process every day and every week, and the number fluctuates, but never too much. 1 and 3 and 2 and 5 and 1 and 1 and 2 and then 10. Just look at the chart I left on your desk. You can see for yourself that there's a pattern. You see it, right? Okay, so I don't really know. Oh, so I'm already at the administrative level? Cool. Yeah, 150 sneak, that's going to be pretty sweet. Sure, why not? And perks, to be honest, I don't really know. Yeah, so this is the perk I was mentioning earlier. When you use the inhaler, any downed companions are revived with a small amount of health. But I think it's also... Is it a tier 2 perk? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Thick skin might be good.
Although concentrated fire, yeah, I tend to do that a lot, so yeah, why not? So now I hope that I did not miss that phonograph, or else I'm going to have to... let's tag the quest in. And we'll go and look at the other floors. Oh, so it's on the 5th floor. So we should be alright then. Ooh, can't get in there. Wait, is that a... yeah, it's a very small storage room. No idea what's behind there. Oh, terminal. We may be able to unlock that. Messages. So this is Benjamin Morley's terminal. Incoming messages. This isn't about a few volunteers, Morley. Most of the test group SC22A is already gone. Subject 17 is non-verbal, but we've had some luck using small amounts of the compound to coax him into the testing rooms. To be honest, some of the staff are starting to worry me too. It's not just that ghoul and disposal either. Weaver is convinced that the compound's getting into the ventilation systems somehow. I've caught her scrubbing her hands raw at the washing stations. I've tried reciting our safety protocols to her, but it hasn't seemed to help. I'm starting to think she might not be wrong. Morley, pick out 2 of the deceased test subjects and whip up condolence letters. Something saccharine and noble. Feel free to invent next of kin if there are none on record. Use the cheap paper. Leave the letters on my desk. I'll dispose of them shortly. Outgoing messages. Termination notice. This notice is to inform all HIA staff that testing associate Angus Ruane is no longer a Spacer's Choice Pharmaceuticals employee effective immediately. As valued members of the Spacer's Choice family, I trust that you will all pull together to shoulder Mr. Ruane's responsibilities in his place. Dr. Blakesley, the missing test subject has been found and apprehended. Apparently he got into the testing department where he remained. I'm afraid nobody noticed for several hours. Hennessy had him doing paperwork. I think it's clear at this point that subject SC44B-12 didn't get out on his own. As far as we can tell, he didn't have much of an escape plan. The door was simply unlocked for a short period of time during the night. In the meantime, I've made it clear to the security forces that no further breaches will be tolerated. Archived messages. Delete this. Morley. Sorry. So this is a message from Marion to Clarence. The latest results are in. As you hoped, you'll find that the violent cases now account for a smaller overall percentage of the testing pool. I expect that will change in about 2 or 3 weeks, so you'd better get that report out to Goodfellow in a hurry. In the meantime, dosing all of the test subjects means that HIA is now in the business of generating aggressive psychotics. So if you could take 2 minutes out of your fundamentally pointless existence to somehow make it clear to Mr. Goodfellow that I need an update on those resources I requested, as well as a matter of additional security, increased oversight at Chem, or any kind of explanation for what the fuck. And Morley, how do I delete this message? Okay. Let's go back to messages. We have an option to hack to gain access to the deleted messages. One from Marion, subject read me. Morley, if you receive any communications from Dr. Ambrose, ignore them. Also notify me at once. And don't piss yourself worrying. It won't come up on your assessments. And also read at once. Morley, no word from OCI. We'll keep going as we are. Say something to the staff. Break out that list of prepared statements I gave you. I suggest number 4, remember to smile. I'm heading down to oversee today's testing personally. Make sure I'm not disturbed. Okay. Alright, so I guess we'll go through this door. That's the only option, right?
Did you enjoy the show? I didn't. You should have grave where it belongs. Now I'm afraid I have to find a more permanent way to put you down.
Oh, I'm quaking in my boots. Come and threaten us face to barrel, will you?
Yeah,
I
where
don't
is
know
it?
how much more of this I can take,
Where was that
Captain.
message coming from?
I'm about to chew my own hands off with nerves.
Okay, shock and awe. It's a stun baton, I guess. Adreno. Okay. Messages before we go into admin functions. Incoming messages from O. Ambrose. So Olivia Ambrose. Frequency of testing updates. Marion, it's been 3 weeks. Where the fuck are the reports from the HIA? Deliver them to me by the end of the day or deliver me your letter of resignation. I'm done asking. In the future, you will send me bi-weekly reports of HIA's status. These reports will include an inventory of test subjects, which version of the Gorgon compound they have been administered, how frequently those administrations have occurred, and who has been administering them. To these reports, you will append a mortality record. This record will include an accounting of the burn down rate of our current stock of volunteers and compound ampoules, in addition to a thorough analysis of their injuries. I want to see charts, Mary, big fucking charts with lots of precious little numbers. And before you ask, bi-weekly means twice a week. Don't pretend you don't know what I mean. Ollie. And then another one from Olivia. Condolences, etc. Marion, please, personalize and forward the following note to the families of the deceased volunteers. Take carbon copies and send those on to Lucian at the usual address. Make certain he gets every single one. Ollie. And it is with regret that I write to inform you of the death of your relation. They died peacefully attended by their fellows. Please accept our sympathies in this difficult time. Though it may offer you little comfort, know that your relation died in service of a better, more productive Halcyon. In accordance with the agreement signed with Tartarus Corrections, a division of United Defense Logistics, their term of incarceration is now considered complete. Outgoing. This one's to Lawrence. Goodfellow, yes, many of the subjects still exhibited increased energy levels and compliance, the same euphoric response, but they inevitably crash. Testing clearly suggests that Chem's Compound X has extreme and irreversible effects when administered repeatedly over a long period of time. Several volunteers in the old SC-02 group are barely verbal. When they do speak, it's to beg for more of the compound. I'm finding it hard to shine that up for you, Lawrence, so good you'll beg for more. Don't you dare use that. If we could dilute the compound or even ease out the schedule, we could mitigate some of the addictive effects. Weaning some of the earlier test subjects off the compound might buy us time until Chem refines the formula. I need time, Lawrence. Dr. Marion Blakesley. And to B. Morley, testing reports. Morley, I need you to compile some of the test results from the past month. Pull a subset from the reports we forwarded to OCI if you like, so long as there are charts. Make sure the worst of the mortality reports are up front, will you? And testing labs, subject regarding testing group SC82. At the behest of the OCI, we are applying varying amounts of unknown solutions to test subjects that are already mid-treatment. What organizational schema do you imagine would miraculously restore scientific rigor to this process? Stick to the current system. Condolence letters to B. Morley. Pick out 2 of the deceased test subjects and whip up condolence letters, something saccharine and noble. Feel free to, yeah, so we read that on Benjamin's terminal already. And archive messages From Marion Blakesley to Lucian Bancroft. Lucian, I'm leaving this message to inform you of my resignation from the position of testing supervisor of Spacer's Choice Pharmaceuticals effective immediately. I won't be returning to headquarters, and I wouldn't bother chasing that tracking signal unless you want to give the boys and girls in human resources some exercise. I'll warn you once, do not try and find me, Dr. Marion Blakesley. And we know where she ended up, basically. So go to the admin functions. Synthesis and Manufactory Center status. It's currently locked. Alert, executive lockdown must be overridden at ChemLab and HIA. So we'll return to admin functions. Override Synthesis and Manufactory Center lockdown. That's done.
This, I never imagined. I'd always heard the corporations treated their workers poorly, but this, it's like they were sprats, caged up little experiments.
Yeah, what they did here was inexcusable.
Not just inexcusable, evil. This was just wrong. They knew. They knew what Adrenatine would do. Fuck, Captain. Marauders are half the reason Monarch's gone to shit.
I know, I can't believe they did this.
I'm fucking mad, Captain. Someone's gotta be.
I don't think that Lucian fella's planning to use that journal for good, Captain. I'd bet he got no intention of making right all that Spacer's Choice has done wrong.
Yeah, I don't trust Lucian. Let's get the journal before he sends someone else. But to be honest, I will give the journal to Lucian because I want to get that fucking trophy. So, whatever. Alright. The thing is we have this, so that quest is done, so we have this one. I don't know where Observation Room B is. It's showing like on the 5th floor, but I don't know how to get to the other floors. I mean, we came in through here. How do I get higher? Oh, through here. We didn't go through here yet. This is probably where the message came from that mysterious figure, and we're like, we just ignored it. Well, not really.
I used to think the beasts on Monarch were bad. At least they aren't cruel. These people chose to do this.
Yeah. Pretty awful, I know. HIA visitation protocols. The HIA facility is a dedicated research facility and houses a considerable quantity of hazardous materials, machinery, and personnel. As such, no external visitors are to be permitted at any time absent express written permission from HIA testing supervisor Dr. Marion Blakesley. If you suspect a visitor does not have the appropriate credentials, please observe the following procedures. Stay calm, notify nearby security personnel of your suspicions, wait for security personnel and or equipment to finish disposing of the visitor. Complete an incident report per official guidelines. Remember to use Spacer's Choice approved formatting and language. At no point should you leave your workstation unattended. Leaving your workstation unattended will be considered a severe security breach and may result in a fine and or summary termination of your employment with Spacer's Choice. Your supervisor has posted the following addendums. Right, that's the official shit. If we do get visitors, inform me at once if they're from other departments. If it's Dr. Ambrose, don't get in her way, but log her every move. If it's Clarence Mosley, keep him at reception. I'll come down in person to see this law-given miracle for myself. If Jasper Lowe or anyone else from Chem turns up, let them stew at reception. I'll send Assistant Morley down eventually. And HIA is on lockdown until further notice. Do not let anyone into the facility until the escaped volunteers are located. I'm going to check volunteer induction for any sign of our fugitives. If you receive any keycard access notifications in the next 20 minutes, ignore them. Right, and this is the exit, right? Yeah.
rear facility exterior, and this is where the quest is asking me to go. So is the I think the thing is like outside. Yeah. But anyways, I'm going to end the episode here. And so next time we'll head out of this building and get the phonograph, ideally in the next building over. And then next step is to head over to the chem lab and lift the, try and lift the override from that lab as well. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.